Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. It's percolating. Good morning. Yeah. Good morning to the people on Facebook. Good morning to the people on IG. Good morning to the people on the YouTube. Good morning to the people on LinkedIn and Twitter too. Java. Percolating. Get a vibe, stay ready. Truth in the cup, keep it strong, keep it steady. Pull up a chair, yeah. Take a sip with me. Good morning, good people. Java with Jimmy. Good morning. Good morning. Yeah, the love percolating. Java with Jimmy. Good morning. Good morning. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Good morning. Yeah, the love percolating. Yeah, Java with Jimmy. Good morning. Percolating. Yeah, we in it. Yeah, we in it. Good morning. Good morning. Java with Jimmy. Percolating. Yeah, we in it. Yeah, we in it. Good morning. Good morning. Java with Jimmy.
Good morning. Welcome to the Java Cafe, Java fam.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Good to see you in the room this morning. Good to see you in the room. Welcome to the Java Cafe. It is the third Tuesday of the month. And as we committed in 2020 to hold this space for public health during COVID, in November of 2024, we felt the sense to recommit, to reinvigorate our first and third Tuesdays for your Healthy Java. We currently, unfortunately, don't have a medical provider partner, but I'm holding it down as much as I can. So again, welcome to the Java Cafe for your Healthy Java today. And we're going to ask you to do us a favor and share this episode. Also, if you have not liked and subscribed across all social media platforms, please do so. Today, it is important that you share the information because we are discussing two areas of resources that the Boston Public Health Commission offers to the residents of the city of Boston. First one, is air quality. Was it last week? We were looking like, what was it, Resident Evil, where we had the yellow sort of Sophia, as some refer to on social media, appearance, and it was bad air quality. And also away from that, it's summertime with the extreme heat, people that have respiratory issues and asthma and things like that. So it's important that we share that information. And additionally, and I know about this personally because Curtis, my nephew, I don't remember what year it was, but maybe some 20 years ago, he fell out of a window. And I don't know if many of you noticed, there was an incident in the media, I believe last week or the week before, where a child had a fall. And so we're going to talk about those two areas of resources. So go ahead and share this, invite others, especially parents, and those that you know that may have asthma, to get this information. So we are going to bring in Eugene Barros. He is the director, and let me get this right here. Eugene is the director of, hold on, because I found a little trick that I can do. Eugene is the director of the Boston Public Health Commission's Healthy Homes Community Division. And so we're going to get ready to bring him in right now. You all please welcome him into the Java Cafe. Eugene or Gene, which do you prefer?
Eugene is fine, yeah.
Gene is fine, okay.
Eugene,
welcome,
yeah.
Welcome to the Java Cafe. I am glad to have you here. I reached out to Melissa and the folks in the comms team over at the Health Commission, and we pulled this off in about a week. And so I'm glad to have you here. And I think both of the topics are relevant to the times. Smoke has passed, but I think the issue of air quality during the summer and those that have respiratory issues is always important, summer, winter, fall, or spring. And then we'll also talk about some of the resources that are available to help parents prevent their children from falling out of windows. And so I would ask you to greet the audience, say hello, and then at the end of your greeting from your work there, if you could give us one word that describes the safety of our homes presently, and then give some context for that. Good morning. And again, welcome to the Java Cafe. You all in the comments, welcome Brother Eugene as well.
Good morning, James, and thank you so much. And hello, everyone in the audience. Yes, my name, again, Eugene Barros. I'm the Director of Healthy Homes and Community Supports, which the way I describe our work is that we promote and facilitate health where people live, learn, work, and play, and we do worship. And we do this through partnerships, policies, education, enforcement, and that's how we achieve our goals. I've been in public health for 34 years. Started way back when my first job out of college, I landed in the private sector, and then 6 months later, I ended up in a health center, Bowden Street Health Center, and then a job opened up at the Boston. Back then, it's City Hospital, which Health and Hospitals, and then later on, it became the Health Commission. So I've been here ever since, and I grew up in Dorchester, so I feel like this work has been very meaningful to me because the work that we do impact our neighbors, our family, and friends. So thank you for having me. And as far as I think what you talked about, as you all know, the wildfires in Canada continues to be active as of today, but the air quality in Boston today is healthy and good, but people should still keep checking, the weather alerts to make sure, to see what the air quality conditions are. But James, as you mentioned, the state health department, the state Department of Environmental Health has declared air quality to be unhealthy for sensitive groups during the wildfire. As you know, wildfire smoke is unhealthy, especially for small children, elderly, and pregnant women, and those with respiratory and problems and other lung issues and heart issues. As you all know, so I'm sure most people are aware that wildfire produces fine particles called PM10, which is, microscopic in nature. You can't see it, but these are small particles that can get in your nose, mouth, and actually get in your lungs and in your bloodstream. So these pollutants, especially if you have asthma, it can trigger asthma. So it's critical that folks monitor their quality. When their quality is poor, is advisable for anyone with this kind of condition, especially asthma, to take precautions, limit their outdoors activities, don't engage in really strenuous, activities like running and, maybe yard work. And for those that need to be out in the yard, we recommend that they take breaks, get in the shade, stay hydrated. Hydration is critical for everybody. Everybody should be drinking water, and especially in hot days. But that also for people with asthma, when you drink water, it sort of keeps the airways moist and reduces mucus and keeps mucus thin. So, which a lot of times that's what exacerbate asthma.
Let me jump in, Eugene, because you went right into the work. You went right
Yeah.
into the work, and I understand because I'm sure you're familiar with things like social determinants of health. You're from Dorchester. You said Bolden Street. Your last name is Barrows. So I'm going to deviate to a interesting question. Were you watching the World Cup?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, you know that. My kid Bird was in it. We just we did our thing, and we fell short. But again, Argentina had the refs on their side. But I think I went to the actually I was in Miami, but had we had another 4 additional minutes, we would have probably. I
Listen,
think we would have pulled it.
listen. After CV didn't make it, I stopped watching, but I had to, Eugene, just highlight that. And in the observation of, you're from this neighborhood, so you know this work. And it just is always a sign with my guests that when I ask them to do a quick thing, and you literally went right in to the work. And so because I'm familiar with the commission, if I could ask, what bureau does your department fall under? And go ahead.
It falls under Community Initiatives Bureau. So
Community
and
Initiatives Bureau.
yeah,
Absolutely.
and then my division, I oversee 6 health programs, which include, under the Healthy Homes, we have tobacco prevention program. We have 2 asthma direct service program. One's called, Breathe Easy at Home, which we'll talk about later, and that asthma home visit program that's focused on asthma education. And then we have oral health injury prevention, and we also have a Healthy Aging Office. Yep.
I'm glad to. I just wanted folks to be familiar with some of the surrounding resources that are available to them. So we were talking about asthma, and you were giving advice about how, to not overstrain yourself, and air quality issues tend to impact our children, our seniors, and and this was a interesting word, with pre-existing conditions, especially those that have respiratory issues, which means anything to do with breathing and the lungs. And so we will go back to that in a minute about some of the other resources. But one of the other resources that you offer there at the Health Commission under the Safe Homes area is helping parents and providers prevent their children from falling out of windows. And Eugene, you've mentioned, you go back, you said health and hospital. So you're Barbara Ferrer, John Rich.
Yeah.
You've been.
Yeah. Don't start doing the math. I started when I was 10. So.
No. I just, so you know this space and you know this work. And you remember some years ago, around the time that my nephew fell out the window, there were a lot of young people falling out of windows. You don't hear about it as much lately. I would presume part of that is the work that you, and at that time it was, I think it was BMC. You worked together. My sister had a home visit. They walked around and they provided the safety screens and whatnot. And so we haven't heard that much. And I would presume some of that is attributed to your and others' work, but similar to issues of violence, domestic violence, one is too many. And so where are we, Eugene? Is it happening a lot? I know there was an issue 2 weeks ago or a week ago.
Last week, last Sunday, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so where are we? And then tell us about the work that's going on with that, because though we don't hear about it as much, people are still at risk of their children falling out, especially this time of year, window fans. And so go ahead. The floor is yours, sir.
Yeah. Thank you, James. Yeah, this is a really important issue, window fall prevention. As you mentioned, James, it's summertime, and when the weather is warm, a lot of people open their windows. Some people don't have air conditioning. So, but children are really at risk, small children, if 10 and under, are falling out of windows. So at the Boston Public Health Commission, we have the, window falls prevention program that we provide, window guards to renters, especially for landlords that have properties, under 12 units, but really work to, I think what you talked about, just to step back, in the late 80s, around 87 or so, there were a lot of window falls, and I think up to 1993, there was an average about 18 window falls, children fall out of window every week, and then so that's why the window prevention program, falls prevention programs got started, and so, as you mentioned, James, this is work that's been going on a long time, and but I would say our success in Boston has been the partnerships where we've had for a long time with the Boston Public Housing, which houses about 10% of the Boston population, to make sure any unit that families, small children live, they automatically install window guards. We've also worked with all the 30 community development corporations, the Housing Community Development Corporation in Boston, that provide around 30,000 units of affordable housing, to have window guards automatically installed as soon as a child under the age of 10 moves in. So I think those are being critical wins. And then the city of Boston is committed to provide a fund to, for us to provide discounted window guards to landlords. We realize that, especially landlords and low-income families, don't have much resources, and window guards are expensive in nature. We actually buy them around $75 a piece, and we actually sell them at a discount rate at around 60%. So, the goal is for us to make sure that, low-income landlords have this, important device, so that to prevent falls. And as you mentioned, last Sunday, unfortunately, a kid fell out of the window. They actually, I think, speaking from some neighbors, we haven't been in touch with the family, but speaking to some neighbor, it looked like, and looking at the reports, it looked like this child's going to be okay. And so all the reports that I've heard from neighbors is that he was alert when the EMS came and actually got right up on the third floor. So, but again, window falls are preventable. I just wanted to say that I want to say that parents should take precautions not to have any kind of not have beds, toys, anything furniture that kids can climb on to prevent window falls. They should if they don't have window guards, they should contact us. Grace can put this on the chat, but our phone number, I think she put it on the chat, 617-534-2670, and they can call for information about window guards, and we'll be able to provide them for them. And but it's critically important for parents to take precautions and not to have, like I said, furniture or anything under the windows. And then also, if they don't have window guards until they have it on, to make sure they open windows from the top. But the window guards is not to be confused with security bars. These are removable, but they can withstand up to 150 pounds. So small children cannot take them out. But it closes. Children can fall out of 4 inches, from a window opening. So the window guards eliminate that and closes that gap, so that it prevents falls.
It is so interesting how that can happen so quickly. And to your point about not, typically we put our couches in front of a window. There may be a fan there. You think the screen is going to hold it. And you said, can you reiterate what you said about 4 inches?
Yeah, an opening as big as 4 inches, a child can go through it. So, like I said, the window guards that we have closes that gap way less than 4 inches, so to prevent window falls. So it's critically important for parents, again, to keep an eye on children. But the most effective way to prevent window falls is to have window guards. And as you mentioned as well, sorry to.
No, you're good.
There's about in U.S. about 3,300, the latest data, over 3,300 window falls a year, and it's totally preventable. And like you mentioned, in Boston, we've averaged maybe one window fall a year, and a lot of times actually some of the latest window falls, we actually they've had window guards. Some, there might be other issues involved, but and some didn't. But the main thing is, when people take them off and think like it's safe, when you have children, you should never take them off, even when landlords put them on if you're a renter. And if you own your own home, you should keep them, especially if you're on the second floor above, or you live in, even if you're on the first floor, if you live 12 feet off the ground, the windows 12 feet off the ground, you should have those window guards. Take those precautions.
Young people are very curious, and they sometimes have strength that we don't know about. And that 4 inches, they can get in, try to raise the window, and that be a terrible accident. So I want to make sure that folks know, whether you're a landlord, if you are in BHA, which Eugene mentioned, that there are 10% of Boston residents living in BHA properties. What you can do is call and put a work order in directly at 617-988-4357 for a requisition. And also, if you are a Boston resident, if I'm right, Eugene, a landlord and a resident, you can call 617-534-2670. And even if, I presume, you don't know whether, the landlord has to do it or you're responsible, you call that number. They'll look at your address, what type of property, and let you know what it is that the commission can do to work with you and or your landlord. May I ask, just thinking of this in real time, Eugene, is there sort of any city ordinance or anything that you're aware of that, houses with children, blank age and under must? Is there? I'm just curious as
so yeah. We have a city ordinance that strongly encourages landlords to install them, but it's not required by the state sanitary code, which is the housing code. But as you said, James, if you could be a renter or a landlord, of small property, and you can call us, and we should be able to figure out and give you some window guards. I think our goal is to make it accessible and to make sure a family have this critical device installed in their units if they have small children. So that's not, we figure out a way to do it. So please call us, and the numbers, it's on the chat, and James just read it, and I'll say again, 617-534-2670, and we'll make sure that you get this resource.
Additionally, you have an advantage if you live within BHA to also call 617-988-4357 and ask for a requisition to be put in. One quick question now, BHA directly, but can they also call 534 for an assessment maybe? Or if they're in BHA property, is it just the requisition? Can they also call the 534 number just to?
Yeah, I think so. BHA automatically puts them on if they just put a work order, so that's not a problem. They've been doing this for years.
Absolutely. I wanted to transition us to also talk about, it was on the attention of everyone last week, wildfires. I think there was a couple of years ago. It was it wasn't as noticeable and prevalent visually, but there have been a few air quality missives that have come out from the commission, either due to extreme heat and or the incident last week. And so let's talk about air quality and what it is your department does to support residents. Is it public health campaigns? Is it what is it that your department does around air quality?
Yeah, so I think one, we educate residents around them to make sure they take precautions, especially if they have asthma. And particularly my department, we have, like I said, we have the Breathe Easy at home, to support families with asthma. So if they have, the Breathe Easy at home is a program whose mission is to improve housing quality. So if people have, because so just to step back, asthma is a complicated disease, and most of the environment that triggers most of the asthma attacks happen. For about 40% of asthma attacks episode happens because of a environmental condition in the home. So like evidence of pests, mold, poor ventilation, and things like that. So, and other pollutants. So we support residents with asthma for home inspection to make sure if they have any kind of unhealthy housing conditions, that we work with the landlord to fix them and address them so that residents can manage their asthma at home. Additionally, we have a sister program, which is the asthma prevention and control program that really focus on education. We go, it's led by a community health worker. Community health worker go into the house and do home visits to make sure that families know the asthma triggers. They go over medication to make sure that they're taking it correctly, and then we focus on asthma management, things they can do on their own to control the asthma and live a healthy life.
I'm glad to hear that.
And then we saw, just to
Oh, yeah.
add as well, we provide some low cost interventions to help families. Like, one of the things, most of the kids with asthma have allergies. We provide, allergy proof mattress covers and pillow covers. We give them some supplies like cleaning supplies, HEPA vacuum cleaner, things like that to reduce dust and dust mites at home. So we have a comprehensive program to action, and then we connect them back with the provider if there's any issues with the medication, if they feel any concerns they may have. We also loop back with their health provider to make sure that this care coordination.
I'm making sure that, and shout out to Grace in the background, making sure that we have all the links to the information. I am actively on the Java with Jimmy page. If you're watching on there on Facebook, there is an active link there about the asthma prevention. Also, if you're watching on YouTube, and if you're watching on my personal page, as always, just give me a second. I'm going to get there, and it is coming in 3, 2, 1. So that link for the asthma prevention program is hyperlinked right there for you to click it and get the information about asthma prevention, the Breathe Easy program. Eugene, you referred to the smoke and cessation program. I go back to when all the health centers had peer prevention programs, and most of us were surviving off of that tobacco prevention money. So you said don't date you, but dating you is also dating myself. So we had a whole peer education program with that smoking prevention piece. So I believe that is a part of, air quality as well. Is there anything that we missed as far as the resources that are available to residents to address air quality and also the window prevention? Is so interesting because the way things are now, my first thought, when I heard about the young person falling through the window was, is this going to start happening again? You know what I mean? It's unfortunate. We hear about it because media is more out there, but I just hope that people will take advantage of both of those resources. While you're making sure we covered everything, I'm just going to put the information back up for the window guard as well as the asthma prevention.
Yeah, folks can also call us if they want to call us for the asthma and Breathe Easy to get more information. 617-534-2635. They can call us directly, and we're happy to either help them if they have an issue with their housing or they just want a home visit and for us to provide some supplies or just making sure that the asthma is controlled at home. But overall, I would say that, James, that if people have any issues with their homes, to call us. If they even have any problems, whether it's air quality issues, we're able to do air quality inspections with our sister program at the Environmental Occupational Office. So we're able to give people resources and be able to give them, whatever they need to stay healthy in their homes.
Absolutely. Brother Eugene, I appreciate you. We're just about a minute over time, but I appreciate you because it's important to get this information out. And it's so awesome to hear that someone's there that's from our community, a man of color. We know that public health space not typically filled with folks that look like us. And so it's awesome that you're there with Dr. Basola and others. And so everybody at the commission knows, Andrew, and others, that if there's something that needs to get out, we'll make sure that it gets out. So please keep in touch and let us know if there's anything going on, if you have any events that we can direct people to. As the winter is coming, I'm thinking about doing I do my health fair in May, but I'm thinking about doing a respiratory you know, the vaccines, the flu, RSV,
Sure.
asthma too, because it can be exacerbated during the cold months as
Yeah.
much as it can be in the summer. And so I appreciate you being with us today, sir.
Yeah. Thank you for the opportunity, and have a great day.
All right. Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
Eugene. And I'm sure
Uh,
you'll be back soon.
All
Thank you.
right. Take care. All right.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Hopefully, folks, that you are going to take advantage of this information today, that being about the air quality and also the window guard, especially for those with young children and landlords. We're going to get ready to wrap up. Tomorrow morning, we have the opportunity to speak with Brother Neil Poole from Verbal Fabric to talk with us about the All City Park Jam. The first one is a series this year. First one is taking place this coming Sunday, July 26th at the Martini Hat Show in Hyde Park. And so Neil will be with us tomorrow at 10 a.m. Don't forget, so far, we've been closed on Thursdays for our summer schedule. So there is no Thursday. The Java Cafe will be closed on Thursday. Additionally, a couple of programming things. September 3rd, save that date for our first appearance back at WGBH, 2 days after the primary election. Additionally, save September 10th. I have a meeting today. And after today, I'll be able to give you, I think, more information about September 10th. Okay. The other thing is, I'll leave that alone for now. I believe that is it. We will see you back here tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Thank you all for being with us today. Let me just look at the comments. And I think I got all of them. Milton said, who are we meeting? Jenny, better late than never. Who are we meeting? I don't know. Martini Park, if you thought I said meeting. All right, Milton, text me if anything comes up. All right, folks, we'll see you tomorrow at 10 a.m. here in the Java Cafe. Remember to share this episode with parents and those that you know may have respiratory issues. And also, if you have not subscribed to our YouTube channel, though I say it almost every day, there's a little bit of extra energy today because I am just 2 followers away from a small milestone on YouTube. So if you have not subscribed to Java with Jimmy on YouTube, please go and do so I can cross that milestone. All right. We'll see you tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Have a great day.